So I've been out here redoing my bus a bit over the last couple of weeks. You can see it's kind of a mess right now. Kind of ripping everything out, redoing this up here and everything else. But I've seen a number of these videos and I've gotten asked this question a couple of times. Well, first person perspective here, I guess. What are some pros and cons of either bus or van life? We'll focus on the bus for right now. I've done van and bus. So there's a number of pros and cons. For me, I really enjoyed it. I don't do it now because being my girl and family and whatnot have a house and everything else, so I'm not on the road like I was. But I did it for quite a while, and I really enjoyed it. But like with everything, pros and cons. So pros. Let's go into the pros first. Affordability. I was able to get my bus pretty cheap. My van, when I did it, I already had it, but let's just go with the bus. So my bus, I've got a 2003 Ford E350 Super Duty like shuttle bus. It had already been kind of gutted out a bit, and a guy was using it to haul tractors and do racing events and things like that. So some of the work was already done on it. He had a TV in it, a little AC unit in it, table, bed frame, this and that. So some of it was already done, and I paid like $5,000 for the bus. So there was that, and then I put a little bit of work into it as far as modifying it solar. I probably put another $1,000 into it. So affordability was good, because with that I didn't have to pay no rent or anything. No rent, the utilities. I just put maintenance and gas in my bus. The other pro was I could pretty much get up and go whenever I wanted to, especially considering I traveled quite a bit for work, wrestling shows, events, things like that, which was nice. And if I was somewhere I didn't want to be, or the weather got bad, or I just got bored, wanted to do something, I'd get up and go. Didn't have to worry about anything. Also didn't have those extra expenses of, oh, got to pay rent this month, got to pay the mortgage, got to do this, got to do that. Made sure my insurance was good, paid my phone bill, whatever other small expenses I had as far as food and things like that, not bad. Didn't have as much to really maintain and take care of as far as a big apartment, things like that. So that was nice. Yeah, and like just a good sense of freedom on things. Like I said, when you can get up and just go like that, it's pretty nice. Especially with what I did. And I wouldn't have to travel back. If I went and did an event, I didn't have to worry about getting back home and take care of things. I had everything with me. So I could just camp out, go to the next event, or plan a loop. That was good there. Now, there are some cons, depending on how your setup is. So my setup, of course, you're talking about bathrooms, showers, things like that. I had a little portable shower and spray thing in here that I could use if I wanted to. A little portable potty I needed if I wanted to. Easier for me because I'm a guy. For women, it's a little bit more difficult. Your all's hygiene, way more complicated. So I know that can be harder, but I see a lot of women do this, and it's really cool. So I would carry stuff in here with me like that, but you have to maintain that. So that can be a little bit of a headache, finding where to use the bathroom and shower. Planet Fitness membership was great. I was at the gym a lot anyway, so, there's that. So I used the gyms a lot, or at the wrestling shows when I would go work those. Food and cooking wasn't that difficult, really, especially for me. I lived pretty simple as far as my diet when I was traveling anyway, so I would cook either on like a little cookout camping grill or camping stove. I would grill out. I would buy things that were just not perishable, snack foods, things like that, that was still healthy, jerky, whatever. And I had a little mini fridge that I hooked up into my solar and into my power bank. Kept everything fine. It really cut down on waste, though. I wasn't wasting as much food. Same with water. I just kept gallon jugs of water. So pretty simple there, too. But you can't store a ton of food. So, there's that. That could be a pro or a con. And then cooking inside of a smaller enclosed area like this, you got to watch your ventilation and everything. That can be a little bit of a risk. You got to watch that sometimes. I would cook outside sometimes, or just go pick up food. I was saving money anyway, so I had a budget for what I would use to eat out and what I would use to buy food for the bus. So I would just stick with that budget. I actually spent way less money though on food in the bus than I did when I had my apartment. And that was even eating out more. So I was just more conscious about what I was spending. One of the other cons, though, parking. Parking a bus somewhere is way harder than a van. With the van, I could park it pretty much anywhere and nobody even knew I was there. A bus is a little different. You can park at your gyms sometimes. Planet Fitness was fine. Walmart was usually good. Different restaurants, camping grounds. Some RV campgrounds and stuff, though, they wouldn't let you park a bus here because they had certain restrictions on how old it could be or what it was. It had to be like a manufactured RV for some places, which, okay, everybody's got their rules. And you would get knocks every now and then and be like, hey, you've been here for a bit, you got to move. Okay, cool. I never had any problems with being harassed or anything by cops, by anybody. Most of the time they would check on you and be like, hey, just want to make sure you're doing good. You've been parked here for a bit. Oh, yeah, I'm just passing through camping, yada, yada, yada. No problem. Other con, which it's kind of a pro con, but I guess it would be in the con thing. You're going to have more maintenance because you're going to be living out of and driving the vehicle more. It's not like you're just driving it back and forth to work. So there was that. More oil changes, tires, upkeep, parts wear, things break because you're driving more, accidents, things like that. So that's going to be an added expense and a little headache here and there. My tip on that would be to learn how to do a lot of your own maintenance. I could change the oil, spark plugs, and everything else on this thing myself. Now, it is a dually, so that's a little bit more difficult because it's got some big tires. With the van, I'll do a pros and cons versus the van versus the bus, but the van maintenance was super easy. The bus is a little bit more hectic because it's bigger too, and you have to take it to places that have a lift. This one, luckily, I can take it to like a Valvoline or somewhere too and get it inspected, and it's fine because it'll fit, because it's not too big to fit in their bay. So if they'll fit it in the bay, they'll take care of it. So I would go there sometimes to just have them change the oil, check the tires, check this, check that, top everything off, grease everything, be good to go, spend $100. Other con, dust and stuffiness. I have a fan in here for mine. This bus does not have AC because it's older and the AC unit went out in it. Even the head unit. The fan works, but the AC, no. So AC and heat are something you really got to watch and keep an eye out for moisture and things like that because condensation builds up. So you do have to watch that. I would put those moisture trapping things that you can get from Walmart or Dollar Tree that absorb moisture, and I would keep them in here, and that was a huge help. But it can get hot in here. You can get a portable AC unit or a mini split and put it in. The cold doesn't bother me. The heat will drain you though. So I had this little turbo heater in here and that would work great. And the heat in here would run you out. So I could run the heat for 20, 30 minutes, warm the bus up, and it was nice and insulated, and it would stay hot in here for hours and be fine. And then fans, as long as you had air circulating, it was okay. I grew up with AC, without AC anyway, so whatever. So temperature stuff, yeah. Other con, which you can get in the house too, but it's a little bit more with something like this, and it can get out of hand quicker. Pests. Bugs and mice. You got to watch those. Keep traps or whatever. Keep things clean. I would always spray and whatnot for pests and stuff. So there's that. But yeah. To me though, there was way more pros than cons. It's not something for everybody, but I loved my whole bus life, van life thing. And we still partially do it. Me and my girl and kids. We'll take trips and stuff to like Michigan, to here, to there, whatever, and do a loop. And I've even brought up selling the bus and was told no. So we're in the process, like I said, of gutting and redoing it, making it a little more updated and cleaning it out and making it where we can work out of it a little bit more too. So, but just a few lists of pros and cons. I'll go back through maybe and do one, the van versus the bus. That'd be kind of cool. So, just my take.